June 21, 2017. Just last year, our team of doctors and specialists helped over 43,542 type 2 diabetics gain control of their blood sugar levels and insulin sensitivity, and allowed many of them to be taken off prescription drugs and stop blood sugar monitoring. This year we are on track to help over 100,000 diabetics achieve the impossible. The diabetes breakthrough you are about to discover on this page is twice as effective as the leading type 2 drug at normalizing blood sugar. Studies also show how patients are able to fix insulin resistance, reduce neuropathy pain, prevent blindness, amputations and other diabetes problems. These techniques have been used successfully by tens of thousands of people in over 40 countries, allowing them to lower their need for drugs and injections. Cold hard truths about diabetes. Countless studies from scientists and doctors all over the world have proven that people with type 2 diabetes can normalize blood sugar, increase insulin sensitivity, reduce neuropathy pain, lower risk of blindness, amputations and be taken off all diabetes drugs and insulin injections. Diabetes study. Scientific findings. Scientifically proven. Diabetes study. The cold hard truth. By living with diabetes and by taking your prescribed medication, you are under the constant daily threat of dying of a heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, succumbing to blindness, amputations, neuropathy, hypertension, nerve system disease, high cholesterol, depression, and falling into a coma. Those are just the side effects of living with diabetes. Now let's add the side effects from the drugs that are supposed to help you: hepatitis, liver problems, acidosis leading to death within hours, heart attacks, stroke, increased risk of cancer, weakened immune system, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, heart failure, etc. If you think it will ever get better, it won't. It is evident that using conventional methods for diabetes does not cure diabetes, as the medical community still states that diabetes is an incurable disease. Yet, hundreds of studies show otherwise. Over time, diabetics are prescribed higher and higher dosages of drugs. Then when those fail, they get prescribed insulin injections on top of drugs. It doesn't matter if you follow your doctor's recommendations and dosages exactly as prescribed. You will continue to live with diabetes for the rest of your life, managing it until God forbid you develop horrible complications. Stop. If you have diabetes, you simply cannot continue this way. Sooner rather than later you will die, either from diabetes, its complications, or side effects from the drugs you take. And it won't be quietly in your sleep either. Getting rushed to the hospital while the paramedics break all of your ribs giving you CPR will be hell on earth. Spending your last moments with tubes and pumps and ventilators in unbearable agony, you will wish you did something sooner. If you are okay with slowly losing your vision and then going blind as diabetes destroys the blood vessels in your eyes causing them to wither and die, if you're perfectly fine with dying 9 years earlier, possibly not waking up tomorrow, dropping dead at any moment or having your legs amputated. If you are okay with not seeing your kids or grandkids grow up, then please, close this page and go back to what you were doing. If on the other hand you're tired of the constant blood sugar readings, the tedious drug regimens, constantly worrying about the health problems waiting for you in a few years. If you are tired of drugs and insulin and are ready to finally learn the truth about this disease and find out about the studies from all over the world which prove that people with type 2 diabetes can reverse their condition, normalize their blood sugar, and were taken off all drugs and injections, then read on. The root cause of diabetes. It might be hard to believe, but when you prick your finger with a meter and see a blood sugar reading of let's say 250, it's not because you have diabetes. Some people can walk around with blood sugar as high as 300 without having diabetes. How is this possible? It all comes down to a single word: inflammation. Ever wondered why diabetics have such high rates of heart disease, heart attacks, cancer, high cholesterol, blindness, arthritis, and neuropathy? Inflammation. Just recently, February 2015, scientists and researchers at the University of California, San Diego proved that type 2 diabetes is caused by inflammation. They discovered that an inflammatory molecule called LTB4 causes insulin resistance. And what does insulin resistance lead to? High blood sugar and diabetes. This is the reason why treating your blood sugar with drugs and injecting insulin to combat insulin sensitivity will never heal your diabetes, Because you aren't treating the root cause of diabetes, just the symptoms of it. Drugs treat symptoms, not disease. If we treat the symptoms of a condition, rather than the causes of a condition, we can be stuck treating them forever. Wouldn't it be wiser to treat the causes of diabetes rather than the symptoms? The groundbreaking information you will receive targets the causes of diabetes, which is why people see results so quickly, get off their medication, and end the need for insulin. Or another example. Let's say you broke your leg. What are the symptoms? Bleeding and lots of pain. If you take painkillers and wrap your leg in a bandage to stop the bleeding, have you fixed your broken leg? No, you simply treated the symptoms. You still have a problem, the broken leg. So how does this compare to diabetes? Exactly the same. What are the symptoms of diabetes? High blood sugar and insulin resistance. What do doctors prescribe? Pills to lower blood sugar and insulin to help with insulin resistance. Have you actually done anything to treat diabetes itself? No. You have simply treated the symptoms of it. So again, you are still sick, you still have a problem, but now you feel a little better. Warning signs. When you get sick, your body shows symptoms. Shouldn't you treat the underlying disease and not the symptoms? Imagine a car. Something is wrong in the engine. A red warning light turns on, a symptom of a faulty engine. What would you do? Treat the red warning light or the actual engine? Modern medical and pharmaceutical industry treats the red warning light. This is exactly what you do every single day by taking diabetes drugs or insulin. You aren't treating diabetes, you are treating the red warning lights, high blood sugar and insulin resistance. Drugs and insulin manages your diabetes for the rest of your life, but taking steps to address the causes of diabetes can lead to completely reverse this disease. Natural nutrition-based treatments that actually have prevented and totally reversed type 2 diabetes are out there, yet doctors still only prescribe very dangerous drugs. The big question you have to ask is why? Why are doctors prescribing something that has proven to not work? Now imagine if you knew the truth. Imagine if you began using methods that have been verified and proven to work. Imagine if you had access to all of this medical research and the exact methods thousands of diabetics used to become completely healed. No more needles. No more expensive and dangerous diabetes medications. No more finger pricking or test strips. No more trips to the doctor for disappointing test after disappointing test. No more frustration and embarrassment. Would you use this information to help yourself, your kids, relatives, family and friends? Read on because you're about to receive it. More drugs. The medical industry passed a law stating that only a drug can cure, prevent or treat a disease. Yes, you read that right. All those studies you just saw, the ones with thousands of patients, conducted by scientists from all over the world proving how you can prevent, treat, and reverse type 2 diabetes without drugs, are just figments of your imagination. Diabetes facts you can't ignore. Losing weight will not cure your diabetes. From the day you've been diagnosed, everyone has been saying the same old thing, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Veggies. Guess what? Shedding a few pounds isn't going to hurt, it's actually quite beneficial, but weight loss by itself is no cure. Scientists discovered that it's actually the food you eat that can make or break diabetes. A large study done at the University of California, Los Angeles discovered that contrary to common belief, type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome can be reversed solely through lifestyle changes. And these people didn't have to lose tons of weight, the changes occurred in the absence of major weight loss. Type 2 diabetes is not a life sentence. Most doctors only talk about diabetes treatment, diabetes management and diabetic control using drugs, pills, injections and surgery. When powerful, drug-free treatment methods exist. Diabetes drugs are extremely dangerous. Not only are diabetes drugs ineffective at attacking the root cause of your diabetes, they are extremely dangerous too. Over 100,000 people die every single year from drugs properly prescribed by their doctor. Not only could your diabetes kill you, but the drugs you are taking could take you down any day too. Diabetes drugs artificially adjust your blood sugar. They don't do anything to address the root cause of your disease. They are only made to treat and manage. So you still live with the constant daily threat of heart attacks, stroke, kidney failure, limb amputations, dementia, hypertension, nerve system disease, high cholesterol, depression, coma and blindness. Do you really want to continue down this path? One of the worst things you can do is to not take into account the huge amount of research that proves type 2 diabetes is reversible. It is quite obvious that drugs and injections aren't helping eliminate diabetes. How long have diabetics been taking prescription drugs and injecting insulin? It has been decades since these treatments came out. And yet the rates of diabetes aren't decreasing, they are actually growing. Isn't it time to try something else? Something that's been scientifically proven to work better, faster and is cheaper and safer than prescription drugs. Tried and tested methods that attack the root cause of diabetes. We couldn't just sit there and watch as millions of diabetics suffer their whole lives, waste money on useless treatments, and then still die of horrible complications. This is why we have assembled a team of doctors who have already used these scientifically proven methods to treat many of their own diabetes patients with enormous success. The Doctors with Max logo. We think you deserve to know the truth about our medical system, food and drug system, and health policy. You deserve to be informed about the variety of safer, cheaper and faster methods other than drugs, injections or surgery for treating and beating your diabetes. We'd like to give you this framework of knowledge that you can use to begin your path to health today. Reverse your type 2 diabetes. 7 Steps to Health Diabetes Book. You can take your health back into your own hands. You can free yourself from the shackles of constant blood sugar readings, daily drug regimens and even prevent the horrible health complications that await diabetics down the road. We have assembled hundreds of suppressed scientific studies and powerful medical research into an easy-to-read and understand step-by-step health guide called The 7 Steps to Health in the Big Diabetes Lie. It has already been used to help tens of thousands of diabetics all over the world. Learn the truth about these life-changing scientifically proven diabetes treatment methods and embark on the path to kicking your diabetes butt. Last year we helped 17,542 type 2 patients become diabetes-free. They don't have to take any more drugs, inject insulin or worry about horrible complications. This year we are on track to help 30,000. Will you be one of them? Success Stories. Sal. Wanted to send you this thanks email. Just got back from the doctor and he said to continue doing whatever it is I'm doing as everything is looking great. Thanks for all the help. I feel amazing. Sal S DVV. If only I found this site before. The life-saving information changed my life around. Thanks a lot for opening my eyes. I can't believe how much money I've wasted buying all those drugs. With your help, no more. I have lost a lot of weight, and my doctor can't believe his eyes when he sees me at my appointments. I am off my blood pressure meds and insulin. Thank you. Staff. VNS. After I was diagnosed at 29 I wanted to try anything at all to get better. I had tingling in my arms, numbness, eyesight problems, and my legs would cramp up after long walks. After trying your 7 steps program and following it exactly I am happy to say that my pains are going away. I am feeling way better now than I've ever felt before. Blood sugar is normalized and no numbness. My eyes are even getting better. It was hard at first, changing so many things in my diet. I never knew how absolutely horrendous the food that I was eating was. I was slowly killing myself and didn't even know it. But after sticking to it, I am now much better. Make sure to take vitamins and drink lots of water. Great job. Vanessa T. Geri. I'd like to send you my heartfelt review to anyone who is also suffering and is thinking of giving up hope. After my diagnosis I thought that was the end, that I have sinned and am now being punished for something I did. Felt like my life was done, over. I had nothing to lose, so I tried the 7 steps to health, and you know what? I can't believe this. I stuck to the plan and have succeeded. The main thing to remember is stick to it. Max knows his stuff. The research is solid and the methods work. How many years did it take you to get the way you are? Well, it's going to take a bit of time to get back to normal health. Nothing happens overnight. I am extremely happy and would encourage everyone to try the program. Geri. Br. I am writing to tell you what an incredible impact these methods had on my life. I have had type 2 diabetes for 27 years. For me, the worst part of this horrible disease is the severe pain I constantly get in my feet. The pain is so bad that I avoid standing and walking as much as possible. I've got to tell you that within the first month, my feet stopped hurting altogether and I can now walk totally pain-free. Believe it or not, I even danced at my niece's wedding last month, something I have not done in many years. I've been following the book for 6 months now and my blood sugar is well within normal range. I feel great and just wanted to thank you for the improvement you have made in the quality of my life. Bryan. SHR. I am a 45-year-old woman and was recently diagnosed as being a borderline diabetic. I knew something was wrong because I have always been healthy my whole life, but of late began feeling exhausted all the time. My doctor prescribed some medication, but before filling it I decided to do some research on the internet which led me to the 7 Steps to Health. After reading your ebook and applying the methods, my skepticism turned to 100% belief. I noticed that my energy levels increased significantly and I felt more rested in the morning, my symptoms started going away and I was even losing weight. I am very happy to tell you that I have been feeling better than I have felt in years and my doctor informed me that he will be taking me off my prescriptions if I keep this up. This book is a godsend. Geri. M Rdn. I am a type 2 diabetic, who also has high cholesterol. I have tried several medications, for both my diabetes and my high cholesterol, but just hated the side effects. I found this site while searching for alternative treatments. After changing my lifestyle quite a bit and doing everything in the book for nearly 3 months, I had my annual checkup. I did not say a word to my doctor about what I had been taking. When the lab results came back, he personally called me and I could tell that was obviously very excited. He asked me what the heck I had been doing because my glucose reading had gone down 32 points and my cholesterol profile had significantly improved as well. You've made a believer out of me and my doctor. Thank you so much. M Rdn. Alk. I have totally changed my eating habits as outlined in the 7 Steps to Health and am totally amazed at the results I have gotten, in such a short period of time. My blood sugar has averaged 103 over the past 2 weeks compared to the 160 I was averaging before. This is far better than I was expecting, particularly so soon. As you can imagine, I am delighted. Sal S DVV. I have enjoyed your program immensely. I know that it will be easy for me to adopt this as a lifestyle. I have lost weight every week and I feel so much better than before. I am 5 feet 6 inches and started out at 204 pounds. I have a big frame and have lost 48 pounds in 7 months. I want to compliment your program on its balance and emphasis on nutrition. A wonderful benefit other than feeling better and having more energy is that my problem with leg cramps has almost disappeared. I see that for me the key to weight control is planning, thinking about what I eat and portion control. When I do that, it works beautifully and I'm not hungry. Steve. DNA. I have been doing the 7 Steps to Health for 3 weeks now, and have noticed a significant improvement. I feel better than I have in years. My average glucose readings have gone from 12.5 to 16 mmol/L to 6 to 8.5 mmol/L. Obviously, I am quite pleased with the results so far. I have tried several other products advertised on the internet but they did not work like this, not even close. Thanks for showing us the path, Max. Donna. VCK. I started on the 7 Steps to Health about 6 months ago after being diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. I didn't want to take any pharmaceutical drugs and a friend of mine, who is into natural health, recommended this ebook. The results have been nothing less than remarkable. My sugar stays in the 90 to 105 range. I have thanked my friend countless times for her recommendation and I also wanted to write you this note to express my sincerest gratitude to you for writing this. Vicky. And I have been diabetic for 12 years. A friend of mine recommended that I do something about it or risk dying an early death, so I researched natural ways to beat diabetes and found 7 Steps to Health. I monitor my blood glucose levels very closely and was completely amazed that within 1 month of starting on the 7 Steps to Health, my blood sugar levels stabilized between 120 to 125 without any insulin at all. This far exceeded my expectation. Thank you so much. Andy. JNA. I recently found out that I am nearly a borderline diabetic and decided that I need to completely change my life and eating habits. I found the 7 Steps to Health, Have been following the guide for a few months now and just saw my doctor a few days ago. He says my condition is completely under control. How could this be? But it is true. He said that I need to keep this up, which was just following your program. That is exactly what I will continue doing. Jenna W St. I've started the 7 Steps to Health about a year ago and the results are spectacular. My blood sugar dropped, I got off my meds and I have lost about 40 pounds of weight. My blood sugar is so stable that even my doctor is amazed. This lifestyle is definitely worth it. Geri. I've been diabetic for nearly a decade. My doctors prescribed me on glucophage which I was taking 3 times a day to keep me between 140 and 175 points all day. After starting with 7 Steps to Health, I noticed that I was able to reduce the glucophage to just 2 times a day and keep my sugar stabilized below 140 all day. By the end of my first month of all these nutrition interventions, I was able to reduce the glucophage to 1 time per day and stay stable at 109-115. My doctor is happy. I've been following the 7 Steps to Health for 6 months now and I am stable around 90. My doctor was so impressed that he took me off the glucophage completely. Thank you so much. Everyone should know about this wonderful ebook. God bless. Geri. KM. I am joining your amazing cause. I live very far away and internet here is scarce, but I have been sharing this information with all of my relatives and friends. I have been suffering for years before I learned of the information in your book. I've applied everything, followed the directions and am now feeling better than ever. Thank you so much. Kamal. About a year ago, after an extended period of feeling totally exhausted every day, I decided to see a doctor. He told me that my blood sugar was between 325 and 375. And that I needed to go on insulin. I really did not want to do that, so I did some research online and I found your 7 Steps to Health website. The site and the research made a lot of sense, so I decided to try the scientifically proven nutritional approach to my diabetes. Since starting, I've been able to maintain my blood sugar at 100 to 120. My strength and energy has slowly returned and I feel a lot better now. I plan on continuing this amazing lifestyle for the rest of my life and I would highly recommend it. Sonny MJ Na. I found your site when searching for alternatives to treat my blood sugar rather than using drugs. Your site was very informative and much more thorough than others. I bought the book, followed it, and, can't believe it but I am feeling much better. My blood sugar is down, my drug dosages are down, and the doctor said I can even stop taking my drugs soon if I keep this up. Love it. Your 7 Steps to Health book is a lifesaver and I would urge every diabetic to read it. Joanna. Sal. Wanted to send you this thanks email. Just got back from the doctor and he said to continue doing whatever it is I'm doing as everything is looking great. Thanks for all the help. I feel amazing. Sal S DVV. If only I found this site before. The life-saving information changed my life around. Thanks a lot for opening my eyes. I can't believe how much money I've wasted buying all those drugs. With your help, no more. I have lost a lot of weight, and my doctor can't believe his eyes when he sees me at my appointments. I am off my blood pressure meds and insulin. Thank you. Staff. VNS. After I was diagnosed at 29 I wanted to try anything at all to get better. I had tingling in my arms, numbness, eyesight problems, and my legs would cramp up after long walks. After trying your 7 Steps program and following it exactly I am happy to say that my pains are going away. I am feeling way better now than I've ever felt before. Blood sugar is normalized and no numbness. My eyes are even getting better. It was hard at first, changing so many things in my diet. I never knew how absolutely horrendous the food that I was eating was. I was slowly killing myself and didn't even know it. But after sticking to it, I am now much better. Make sure to take vitamins and drink lots of water. Great job. Vanessa T. Geri. I'd like to send you my heartfelt review to anyone who is also suffering and is thinking of giving up hope. After my diagnosis I thought that was the end, that I have sinned and am now being punished for something I did. Felt like my life was done, over. I had nothing to lose, so I tried the 7 Steps to Health, and you know what? I can't believe this. I stuck to the plan and have succeeded. The main thing to remember is stick to it. Max knows his stuff. The research is solid and the methods work. How many years did it take you to get the way you are? Well, it's going to take a bit of time to get back to normal health. Nothing happens overnight. I am extremely happy and would encourage everyone to try the program. Geri. Br. I am writing to tell you what an incredible impact these methods had on my life. I have had type 2 diabetes for 27 years. For me, the worst part of this horrible disease is the severe pain I constantly get in my feet. The pain is so bad that I avoid standing and walking as much as possible. I've got to tell you that within the first month, my feet stopped hurting altogether and I can now walk totally pain-free. Believe it or not, I even danced at my niece's wedding last month, something I have not done in many years. I've been following the book for 6 months now and my blood sugar is well within normal range. I feel great and just wanted to thank you for the improvement you have made in the quality of my life. Bryan. SHR. I am a 45-year-old woman and was recently diagnosed as being a borderline diabetic. I knew something was wrong because I have always been healthy my whole life, but of late began feeling exhausted all the time. My doctor prescribed some medication, but before filling it I decided to do some research on the internet which led me to the 7 Steps to Health. After reading your ebook and applying the methods, my skepticism turned to 100% belief. I noticed that my energy levels increased significantly and I felt more rested in the morning, my symptoms started going away and I was even losing weight. I am very happy to tell you that I have been feeling better than I have felt in years and my doctor informed me that he will be taking me off my prescriptions if I keep this up. This book is a godsend. Geri. M Rdn. I am